Hey guys, today what we're going to be doing is going over a few different sourcing methods. These sourcing methods are the ways which I use to find products when selling on Amazon. There's lots of different methods when you are sourcing products, and a good point to bring up is you need to know multiple different sourcing methods because that is going to be your tools you need to be successful in the Amazon space. So we're going to go over the likes of retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, and we'll dive into a little bit of Amazon to Amazon. Let's get to the video. The first method of sourcing, we are going to go over retail arbitrage. This is where you're going to go into a retail store. You're going to use a mobile app like SellerAmp, and then you're going to be able to scan products, input the cost price to purchase the product, find out the data about how much you're going to sell the product for, and do your analysis before making that purchase. You always want to be doing that analysis before you actually purchase a product because you don't want your capital tied up in dead stock. We have got the SellerAmp app, and this app is one on our phone, and you could use this scanner to scan products. So I have got this product here, which is a Garnier micellar water. It's as simple as scanning the barcode. And as you can see, what this does is brings up the actual data, which we would then go through and analyze the product. One thing which you will come across when you are sourcing products doing retail arbitrage is sometimes, especially in cosmetic, you may come across a barcode like this. This barcode here is not the same as a normal EAN number, which looks like this. As you can see, we have got a shorter number on the roll-on. If you do come across this problem, what you could do then is do a AI search, which is going to be in this bottom corner here. And what you do is you take a photo of it and then actually use that to source the product. We've got ours. We're going to do a AI scan. It'll come up like this. And as you can see, it does bring up a variety of listings. So we would have to scroll down and actually look for the product we're actually trying to source. And here we go. We have got a 6-pack available in this actual product where we could go and actually check the data. And there we go. We've actually found this product. You can see the data, and then you'll be able to scroll through, make sure that everything is to your liking. So I know we're not in a retail store, but if you wanted to, you could actually practice this at home. Go into your dressing table and just practicing, seeing different methods and what costs you'd be looking at purchasing these products, just to give you an example of how you would source doing retail arbitrage. Doing retail arbitrage, it can be a little bit daunting. Getting a scanner out, you feel that people are actually watching you. In reality, nobody is really that bothered. So let's move on to OA. With online arbitrage, we have a number of different methods, like retail arbitrage, where we had 2 different types of sourcing method. We have got a numerous amount of sourcing methods when doing online arbitrage. So to start off with, you've got manual sourcing. Manual sourcing is you'll be going to your online retailer. So we've picked Argos for this example. You'll be looking for the clearance section. As you can see here, we've got the clearance. You go to a category which you can sell. I like to go with toys, and then you'll manually start selecting and searching to see if this product is on Amazon and if we could be purchasing it for a good price. You will be looking at this max cost price and just checking if it's under that, which this product is a different product anyway. But then you'll go through the whole clearance list and try and find a product which you can buy and then sell for a profit. So as you can see here, we've found this one. You could buy it for £11. My max cost for purchasing this to be profitable is £13.96. So you'll be able to go onto this listing, type your £11 in, and then you'll see how much profit you're going to make, and then you'll do your analysis of this product. Once you've found a product which is profitable, you don't want to automatically assume that this is the best price for that product. Obviously, we are on that specific online retailer, but it might be cheaper elsewhere on the internet. You can use Arbisource's reverse search, and you can check here that we could buy it from Smith's for £12 or Argos, or what you could actually do is search Google and see if that product is cheaper anywhere else on the market. Another good thing which you want to consider is utilizing coupons and top cashback when you're considering doing this reverse search. So you might, for example, want to purchase it from Smith's, but that will actually have a cashback or a coupon available, and then you'll be able to source it for a cheaper cost of goods. At the end of the day, we want to become more competitive against other sellers. So thinking outside the box using coupons and cashback is definitely a way forward. What I will do is another YouTube video on how I use my cashback and I stack it, so then you could utilize that in your business as well. Because we've found this product, what we need to be doing now is considering who else is selling on this listing. So if we go down, we can see we've got 3 FBA sellers, which these people have actually purchased this product to sell for a profit. So what we could do is then move into a method called Storefront Stalking. Going on to Storefront Stalking, you could go onto this FBA seller, and now we could actually start going through their products which they're selling for a profit. When you are doing Storefront Stalking, you want to be going through this seller's actual storefront. I would recommend seeing if you could sell a brand before going through all the products. So potentially selecting one Maybelline product, seeing if you're ungated in that Maybelline product before checking and seeing if you could purchase that product for a profit. If you do find a product where you could actually buy 10 units and get that ungate, it would be worth going through the rest of them products. But you'd go through, and what we'll be doing is looking at the Arbisource reverse search, and what we'll be doing is going through Google to see what we could be purchasing that product for. And remember, it needs to be below that max cost price. If you want to know how to set this max cost price up, I have done a video. I will drop it above, so then you have got a link to that, and make sure that you're setting your criteria on correctly. The next search which we're going to do for online arbitrage is like the advanced search or the Keepa product finder method. This method is utilizing filters which go through Amazon's database and give you a list of results. This list is what we could then go through and find a supplier for. This is one of the harder methods to do because you're actually getting the product first and then you've got to find the supplier. So sometimes you'll be looking at potential wholesalers, distributors maybe, but for beginners, I would definitely recommend sticking to online retailers. To do an advanced search, you could come to SellerAmp, you could press login, and we've got the advanced search just up here. And SellerAmp, they have added a few templates, so then you could look at these filters and understand what they're actually doing. I have also dropped another video previously on how I would utilize these filters and make alterations to refine these filters to make it better for your sourcing. So you want to go check that out as well. We'll just do a quick one here. We've chose the recent out of stock. So it's looking for products where other sellers are not on that listing, but they previously has been. So we go down and run this scan. And now, as you can see, we have got no offers on these actual products, but then we've got to find the supplier. And if you have got an active subscription to Arbisource, you'll be able to utilize this reverse search to make that quicker when you're sourcing. For this search, I would recommend looking at the historic sales data, Like, for example, this product here, we could be buying it for $32.99, but this product has been selling for roughly that price anyway. If you was doing Amazon to Amazon, you could have potentially brought this price drop, because that would be about £15, and then you could have done the selling of the product up at this 32. But this looks like gas, so it's a dangerous good. You may consider not going into this. You'd need to register to the dangerous goods program. But these tools are giving us lots of varieties of products, what we're trying to find, and it's definitely going to help us in our Amazon journey. The other method, which I will show you now, is utilizing a software, and we can utilize a software like Arbisource. I will do a longer video going over what Arbisource entails, but this is a way of sourcing products a little bit easier. It is another monthly subscription, but what you could do is consider your time. This is what you have to consider when you are taking these subscriptions on. What's my advantage while I'm taking this on? Because if you're paying for a subscription, you want things to become easier or more efficient, and utilizing Arbisource, you are definitely going to save a lot of time instead of manually going through products or doing them reverse searches. If you attach it to your seller amp, that is really going to sort you out. So you can go through Arbisource. Like I say, I will do another video going through Arbisource, showing you the different features, showing you how you could use the different sourcing methods, and I'll give you a good video on that, I promise you. If you want to see me do good on my promise, make sure you're subscribing to this channel and making sure you hit that like button, because it really does help the channel out, and I do appreciate every single one of you. Another method of sourcing is newsletter sourcing, and you can actually do this manually. You don't have to do it utilizing Arbisource, but Arbisource has built this in to its actual software to make it easier, and it just means that you're not having to have an email full of daily newsletters giving you offers. If you was doing newsletter sourcing anyway, what you do is you sign up to newsletters for lots of different online retailers, and they'll send you special discounts, coupons, and offers on what products they've got on sale at that time. But built into Arbisource, we have the coupon section, and this does it for us, so it saves us seeing the emails. And as you can see here, it's tracking the last 48 hours. You can actually search retailers, you can search if there's a promotion or if there's a code, and this is a good way to start sourcing products, because then you could go and utilize these special discounts. You may want to target a certain coupon code, and obviously you'd want to be going through your cashback as well. As that is the different methods of utilizing online arbitrage, and lots of different tools which you can now start using in your business. The next one you may consider is Amazon to Amazon. So what is Amazon to Amazon? Amazon to Amazon is you're waiting for a price drop on a product. You're going to purchase the low, and then when it goes back up in price, you're going to sell it at that higher price. There's lots of different ways of doing Amazon to Amazon. It is a little bit risky. You do not want to be using prime shipping. This does break the terms and conditions. There's lots of people who do risk it, but I have seen people get their accounts banned, and you definitely don't want that. So be very careful when partaking in Amazon to Amazon. If you was doing Amazon to Amazon, there's a few ways which you could do it. So one way is going to the Keepa and looking at the deals page. This is giving you price drops on products. This isn't the best way, and I wouldn't really recommend it too much, but I'm just making you aware of it. There's a lot of private label products with these deal drops, but there is the occasional gem in here. I would recommend utilizing the advanced search on SellerAmp, so you can use the A2A flips. The results from this are not going to be massive, but it's definitely worth having a look every single day, because you're going to be looking at this 1 day percentage drop. And that is going to find products which have got that drop, and you are utilizing filters to make sure that you're avoiding potential junk listings like the private label, which we can't jump onto. Another way which you could do it is you could actually go onto and track the product. So for example, if I wanted to track this Funko Pop, what I could do is go to the track product here, and I'll be inputting a price which I want to purchase this product for. I would usually look at the 90-day average price of this product and use that as my sales price. Then I would look at my criteria, seeing what the max cost is, and putting that into the buy box and Amazon price. And then I would be tracking this. With Keepa, you have got 5,000 items which you can utilize, so it's definitely worth starting tracking, because the more items you do track, the easier it's going to become when you start scaling. And it's building you that system which is going to run automatically, because what it'll do is it'll send you a notification via email. I've set mine up to Telegram, or you could set it up to a Discord. And it really does help, especially if you've already purchased a product which is at Amazon to Amazon Flip. If it drops to that low again, you want to be purchasing it before other people do. And I would recommend definitely tracking products, because sometimes it'll track on Keepa before it'll be announced on the Discord bots, which we all know that means it's going to be sent out to 100, possibly 1,000 people. You want to definitely start tracking products, because it's definitely going to help you. As you could see, there are plenty of different ways which we can utilize to purchase products to sell on Amazon. And utilizing all these different methods, and what you can do when you start getting a little bit more advanced, you could then intermingle different sourcing methods together, and that is really going to help your sourcing strategy grow in the future. What I'd like to say is thank you for watching, and what we'll do is we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers!